like the power doesn't go.
All right, so this is kind of crazy. I wanted to make sure to share this with you, but there's a report that we're about to dive into here about how many of Nick Fuentes' followers, a large portion of his audience, is fake. It's bots, and specifically, it's bots from India and Nigeria and Pakistan and places like that. Now, I've been told that I'm not allowed to talk about this. I'm not allowed to make fun of it and make memes about it, because that would be racist of me to do that. To people who would say that, I would say, suck my nuts. It's not at all racist. It's not at all bigoted. We're discussing a fact of reality that happens to be true and is also kind of hilarious while simultaneously being tragic. Okay? So anyway, let me walk you through this here. This is actually in the New York Post, which is, by the way, a right-wing outlet, and they're running a story on this. Nick Fuentes may be racist, but relies on Nigeria and India to fuel his popularity online. White supremacist Nick Fuentes doesn't seem to mind benefiting from bot farms in Pakistan, India, and Nigeria, promoting his content, the Post has learned. A new analysis of the Holocaust-denying Firebrand's tweets shows they are boosted online by an army of foreign bots, mostly originating in countries that want to destabilize the U.S., according to an investigation. Now, let me just pause real quick to point out, there is something in this report that is true. There's something at the core of it which is accurate, but at the same time, I do think a lot of the people who are hyping this are sort of gaslighting themselves and coping a little too hard, because they're trying to make the argument, well, that means the whole thing is fake and, like, there is no far-right movement, there is no, like, neo-Nazi movement or white nationalist movement, and that part is cope. This report can be true, while simultaneously there's still a very large number of Groyper types out there who are a real issue for Republicans that they have to fucking contend with. And that's, I think, the truth of it. But a lot of the people who are spreading this are going, aha, so he doesn't even have fans. And it's like, actually, I got bad news for you. That's not true. That, even if like 50% of his audience is botted, he's still got a fucking giant audience, bro. He still does. Fuentes' sudden apparent surge in popularity over the last year is faked based on algorithmic amplification powered by bot farms, according to Network Contagion Research Institute, a nonprofit that studies extremism on the internet. They point to how Fuentes appears to outperform ex-owner Elon Musk, even though he has a fraction of Musk's 239 million followers with just 1.1 million. Now, by the way, let me just pause to point out, this is a horrible example because Elon Musk inorganically grew his own following. He forced his tweets into everybody's timeline. I think he botted a bunch of shit himself. So this is actually a horrible example while trying to make the case. And Elon is also genuinely, like, despised and disliked. And so there's been a couple times where Fuentes has ratioed Elon. I think even if you get rid of Elon's bots and Nick's bots, I think Nick still would have ratioed him, because, you know, Elon's a bit of a fucking idiot. He's a bit of an idiot. And Nick, for all of his flaws, is a lot more funny and interesting than fucking Elon. It is not organic. It is coordinated amplification, and it is how a fringe figure gains the appearance of national relevance, a senior NCRI researcher told the Post. Yeah, that part is true, right? Because it's almost like a fake it till you make it thing. If you have this, like, bot army that just, like, overwhelms people whenever you say anything or do any interview or say something on your show, well, then that gives the appearance of legitimacy, and that helps feed into actual legitimacy, right? You see how that works? The exposure of this was made possible by X's new location tool, which shows where every active account is based. It reveals that most of Fuentes' following is in Africa and Asia, despite his commentary centering around the U.S. NCRI says that Fuentes himself is involved in the coordination of the bots. Quote, his manipulated reach is not accidental, the report says. Transcripts reveal hundreds of real-time commands to retweet this and retweet me, establishing raid-style amplification as a core operating method. The report also said that the directed raids laid the groundwork for consistent X policy violations by the anonymous and foreign network now amplifying him. In a previous report, the nonprofit also noted that even before Musk took over Twitter in October 2022, the Groypers, an online Gen Z neo-Nazi group affiliated with Fuentes, launched a takeover of the platform in an effort to spread anti-Semitism. Fuentes, 27, is a Holocaust denier who describes Zionist Jews as enemies of the conservative movement in an appearance on the Tucker Carlson network.
Osterhaus have already begun their preliminary research here on site.
Gotcha. I'm passing it on. Let us know if there are any updates.
Of course. Over and out.
There's more.
Base, come in. Dr. Boza wants to talk with you.
Tesla here. Over.
We have a sort of discovery.
Oh? I'm listening.
25th day.
Base, this is Boza.
Doctor.
These tiny crystals contain highly advanced technology. Individually, they are slender and helpless. However, when in a group, they seem to stimulate and support each other, revealing new properties. At first, they started to emit an electromagnetic field.
Okay. And then?
A handful of small crystals gathered together. When in a larger group, they activated and... this is our biggest revelation so far. They started floating in the air.
Did I hear that right?
The larger the group, the easier, more freely.
Yes. Apparently it's flying.
Like a swarm of mechanical flies.
Slow down, Doctor. You say crystals, or rather flies. Which one is it?
Call it whatever you want. These creatures have a precise threefold symmetry, resembling the letter Y, with three-pointed arms connecting in a central bulge. Black as coal in direct light, shimmering with shades of blue and olive in reflected light. As my colleague Osterhaus mentioned, they somewhat resemble the abdomens of certain terrestrial insects. Is Markovnik there?
Navigator's unavailable right now.
Well, please let him know we'll submit our reports as soon as he's available. Oh, and have him send us another transporter, will you?
Autonomous robots the size of flies.
It's not finished. Let's keep listening.
Hello, convoy. Anka, come in. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. We're finishing loading. Preparing to depart.
Don't!
Gets tense.
Leave the material behind and return to the base.
But why? What happened?
Scouts came back from this whole city.
Tesla? What's going on? Hello? Tesla, come in.
Navigator speaking. Don't take anything. Just get out of there. Immediately. That's an order.
Last saved recording.
I wonder if the metal creature like possessed their devices.
Amazing. Microbots grouping and flying together, similar to flies, capable of affecting other machines, even to the point that those affected become dangerous to humans.
The microbots, they must be dangerous as well. I don't know how, but not all people were killed by larger robots.
I think I figured it out, partially at least. The Alliance scientists were very clear that all of this had to do with an electromagnetic field, the field emitted by these flies. When people displayed disturbing symptoms, field measurements showed above average values. At first I thought it was a sensoric malfunction. After all, the machines were broken. It turns out that field damaged them. So all the malfunctions occurred afterward.
Why didn't I think of it sooner? Prolonged exposure to strong electromagnetic fields can be harmful to the human brain. Usually it concerns long-term effects, months and years of unfavorable conditions.
Please elaborate, Doctor. What sort of effects?
Various brain dysfunctions. It may even lead to the arrest of vital organs.
So that's how... Merit.
Most probably. Another known effect of the EM field is memory loss. The human organism continues to function normally, but the human being as such is helpless, vulnerable. Like a baby, they don't understand the world around them.
Can such a person learn the world anew?
I can't be sure. There's no precedence. Even if there is room for development, learning everything all over, they won't remember anything. Even language, their past, our voyages together. Let's face it, this new life of theirs will be far from normal. They'll be aged children, walking curiosities, oddities, lab rats, all that made them...
Without children's ability to pick up things quickly.
Flies will help us to better aid our people. We're theorizing for now. Be worth examining. Confirm at least.
Got it, Astrogator. I'll search for those containers of flies.
Okay. Tired. No, I had to restart. Thanks for tuning in.